10 simple ways to tell if someone is lying to you. Do you know how much lies go undetected? It's 80%. Just think about it. You don't notice 80% of all the lies that you hear, and anyone can be a liar, even your best friend. Don't get too paranoid. There are some ways you can detect lies. What questions should you ask to reveal the truth? What kinds of behavior are suspicious? We're going to teach you 10 simple tricks that will help you detect lies. Also, we will tell you about some facial expressions that signal that the person is telling you anything but the truth. 10. Big answers. When you ask a person something, pay attention to how they respond. A lot here depends on the way you ask the question. The best option is to make it a yes or no question. If the answer is clear, for example, a yes or a no, it means you are safe. But if the person says a lot of words that don't really mean anything together, it may be a sign of a lie. What you need to do is push harder to get a direct answer. You see, it's tough to tell a straight lie in a plausible way. That's why liars start to talk a lot instead of answering right away. So, ask the person to stick to the point and watch how they react. Number 9. Laughing it off. If the person you are talking to is trying to laugh their way out of the conversation, be alert. They might be lying to you. They try to disarm you with their wonderful sense of humor, so play along with them. Make them feel comfortable, in control. After you stop laughing, repeat the question like, yeah, that's funny and all, but what about the situation anyways? This will probably be very unexpected for the person, and stress them out too. And this is what you need to learn the truth. It will be even funnier if you make your question sound like a joke, but let the person know that you are serious. Number 8. Exaggerated honesty. One of the signs of a lie is exaggeration of one's honesty. If someone is promising and swearing to you that they are telling the truth, even though you didn't show any doubt in their words, be alert. Ask them why they are trying to convince you of something if you believe them anyway. This question might make them feel uncomfortable, which is great for finding out the truth. Just tell them, look, why are you so worried? I believe in you. Just ask you a simple question. Number 7. Sympathy. It is so hard not to believe someone who seems to be sympathetic to you. But you have to be strong. Don't fall for the sympathy. This might be a smart trick to deceive you. If someone is telling you that they know how you feel, they know what it's like, all this instead of answering your question, that is definitely a lie. Don't believe these cheap tricks. Pay extra attention when you ask a simple question, and they start to talk about you and your problems instead of the subject. Number 6. Answering questions with questions. Everyone feels vulnerable and uncomfortable when telling lies. Everyone feels vulnerable and uncomfortable when telling lies. Telling a direct lie is hard, so people often try to avoid answering the question either by changing the subject or answering you back. The most important thing you should remember is not to start answering their questions. If you do, they will be in control. That's the last thing you want to have. As a last resort, you can tell the person directly that you don't like the way the conversation is going. You can deal with their question after they answer yours. Number 5. Freezing. Freezing, reluctance to answer, a long pause, these are clear signs of lies, especially if the question you asked was simple. So, if the person is frozen for a few seconds, repeat your question as if you don't suspect anything. Look, it's not rocket science. Did you eat my cake or not? If the pause continues, the person is most likely trying to make up an answer on the fly. Or maybe his body activity has slowed down because all the body's energy is being used to digest the cake. Also, liars are often very tense, so you can spot a liar by looking for unnatural stiffness of the body. Shrugged shoulders, crossed arms, or ankles show the suspect's dishonesty and discomfort. 4. One-man show. If a person is clearly overacting, playing an innocent victim, don't be too harsh on them. At least they tried. The thing is, people's emotions change quite quickly with one emotion, usually lasting no more than 6 to 10 seconds. However, if the person is insincere with you, he or she might try to act surprised for a longer time to convince you. Of course, you don't need to count seconds. You will see that acting is not good and realize that the person is lying. 3. Hostility. A hostile tone or even insults are also clear signs of lies. Don't let them make you angry and forget what you asked about. Make the conversation calmer. Repeat your question. If the person knows that he or she is right and innocent, they won't go off the rails. There's just no need to. If they know that they are guilty, they start to get angry and lose their patience. If the suspect responds to your questions with phrases like, "Why do you want to know that?" or "That's not important now," he is surely reaching his limits, using this defense as an attack. Number 2, repeating the question. If a person repeats your question multiple times, it means that he or she is definitely lying. It sounds like this. B. Why am I supposed to know?
I don't have to pay for that. Are you sure? Try it. No, they're lying. Looks like aren't it? They're trying to take their time to make up an explanation
Of where the cake is. Telling lies takes much more time than telling the truth. Also, when a person tells a lie, his or her voice may become higher in pitch as vocal cords tighten. A liar may start speaking faster than usual or in a monotonous tone, stutter, or stammer, and make speech errors.
Number 1, avoiding the answer. If a person is trying to avoid the answer, giving you a lot of irrelevant information,
Or even trying to change the subject, he or she is most likely getting away from the crime scene. Pay attention to whether you are still talking about the problem or something completely different already. Now, let's talk about the facial expressions that give away a liar. Constant swallowing, coughing, and a stiff facial expression all mean that the person is worried about being caught. An asymmetrical face is a sign of lies because when you are calm, your emotions are the same on both parts of your face.
the eyes are moving from side to side, and you know that this person is usually not shy, they're probably lying to you. Eyes looking to the top right corner means that the person is making something up on the fly. The person is covering his or her face, forehead, or neck with the palm. It means they are trying to hide their real emotions from you. Scratching the nose, the eyelid, or the ear. Looking down and shaking. But also a desperate gesture which means that the person unconsciously wants to speak to you. It's not really a good way to find out if the person is lying to you or flowers. Why should you smile? In this case, you'll notice small facial wrinkles near the eyes. However, if the eyes look exactly what they look like before the person smiled, this is a worrying sign. Don't judge by appearances. Liars can be very convincing. And yes, even gorgeous girls can be liars. But be critical of yourself. Even if 2 or more signs are visible, it doesn't always mean that the person intends to deceive you.
You should always look and listen very closely. Only when you are sure that at least 5 signs are present in the person's behavior,
You can suspect that they are lying. Otherwise, you will have a very difficult life not believing anyone at all. How do you spot liars? Share your